eat Mysore Pak, he will not know what Mysore Pak is. This small engine literally woke me up. A small, tiny engine which has a piston, 2-stroke, it's got a carb, and it's got a compression ratio. So all this, and the next door, I used to jump the fence and go watch planes landing, taking off, landing, taking off. Need to swirl it so that the air and fuel mixes. So this was the budding place where we got this idea of air and fuel mixing. It was more important than just putting air and fuel and just like there's nobody here. So this was the limit of a house of rising sun. So he had full radial fins all over the place. Yes, it did work, but this also worked equally good. So started with this and went to world's largest company called Briggs & Stratton. Your ability to be like a sponge to pick up anything. In ARA, they found 42.5% improvement in brake-specific fuel consumption with more power. Emissions is when you burn something improper. Now, similarly, in the diesel engine, what's happening? You're just compressing air, pulverizing diesel at high pressure, and that whatever it gets, it burns because this is not really mixing. The air is not mixing. In my design, the whole air above the piston is now spinning like a mixie. So when you spray it, the entire thing mixes. And nobody's done it. I mean, if they do it, then they'll be trespassing my patent. But take a Duke, okay, and take a tractor to the field and put a plow and ask the Duke to do some plowing, and you ask the tractor to do the plowing, you'll understand what is what, okay? Eventually, it is all coming down to power to weight ratio. Even the rocket which is leaving the Earth's atmosphere is power to weight ratio. How? By cutting a groove, the noise is reduced and you're injecting through those passages some amount of a different velocity of fuel which is going near the plug, and you're like blowing it. Angular velocity to get the right pressure. The grooves gives you much better pressure to produce this torque at lower RPM. You can leave the clutch and put it to gears and in idling keep going, which no other car can. They'll just conquer. All that you require is one hacksaw blade. All that you require is one pen to mark it. And you require 2 files which are just as big as this. So you can just cut out, and today you can go to any place where car engines, bike engines go into the scrapyard. Take one engine and how much does it take to pull 4 bloody bolts out and cut one groove and see what happens. Then you junk that engine. So with this, I hope I've initiated quite a few people into headbanging.
Somender Singh is a self-taught engine builder. He is a motorcycle racer and rallyist, aviator with over 1,000 hours flying microlights. He's deeply involved in IC engine innovations with 2 US patents on combustion chambers, design of petrol and diesel engines based on his self-funded experiments since the startup of his venture Speedwell Motors in 1969. Today, his focus is on engine efficiency with reduced pollutants and drivability in our congested, unruly roads. His concerns are of environmental damages due to pollution from the transport or automotive industry, and has provided simple, workable solutions to improve air and water quality in urban surroundings which are worst affected. While all his R&D projects and achievements are self-funded, with no support from any corporate or industry or by any government agency, even after his suggestions to the highest office, but his passion to IC engines and reduction of pollution remains undeterred. As we all know, he has a vast fan club in all walks of his life and is considered a think tank with his ever-ready solutions. He has been awarded the prestigious Karnataka Rajyotsava Prashasti and the Dasra Sports Award for his adventure in sports activities. He's got a lot of quotes. Of all his famous quotes, I like to take one here, which is, "We specialize in work which you understand." I think it spoke by itself a lot. Google search for Google Somender Singh Grooves will give a bigger picture of his work and involvements. Today's automobiles are of 100 times more complex, while the fuel they run has not changed much.